I was just talking to myself. Hey everyone, it's Sunday. I'm sorry I'm late. We had to run to the airport, and now that we're back, what a weird experience that was. Going to the airport. Can't see any of your comments. Hey, hi Georgina, how are you going? I'm sorry I'm late, everyone. But I'm here now, so yay, let's get on to it. I am Mandy. I'm really good. Hi, Katrina. How are you? See my fish? Aren't they cool? I'll give you them as the background, hey? That's Finn and Chip. Courtney. Cheryl, how are you? I think my glasses are dirty. I can't. Oh my God, they're putrid. I'm sitting here thinking I can't see anything. No, I really can't see anything. How are we all? Okay, so while I'm cleaning my glasses, I'm going to open up the platform for questions, just quick questions. Yes and no questions, though. I'm not going to go into big, long explanations or anything like that. Just yes and no questions would be really cool. Hi, Melanie. Where you at? Is it Nora or Nara? I'm just answering yes and no questions at the minute. So if you have a yes or no, where's my funky colored hair? Oh my God, seriously? Mandy, I haven't put it in. You're in Canada. That's sweet. It's your Leo. Is my Leo happy at home? Yes. I think the answer is yes. That's okay. The reason why I haven't got my pink in my hair is because I just had my hair cut, and yeah, I just haven't had a chance to put it in. So I'm sorry. I'm slipping, girl. I have pink at the moment. Oh, for God's sake. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I will go and put the pink in the hair. Just hang on a second. Just for you. Sharon, I get a no on that one. I get a no at the moment. I think the question's out on it, but I do get a no about it as well. Can't believe you're revving me up, Mandy. Hey, Sarah, how are you? We just had a really close family friend pass Wednesday. Is he at peace? Yes, Courtney, he's at peace. I know. Hi, Miss Di. How are you? I'm just having a look. Hi, Maddie. How you going? Hey, New Zealand. Yeah, doing really well. I'm just having a look at what cards do you want me to read with, guys? I don't have all of them here in this office. They're in the other one. Let me see. new deck. Hey, I forgot about these. Yes, Melanie, they are. All right, so I have a new deck of cards that I bought, and these are feathers. Feathers. I love feathers. I forgot I had these. I'm a bit excited now. That's okay. You don't have to ask. Hi, Kim. Hi, Ingrid. Don't forget to share. I loved these. I had a kinesiology session last week, and oh my god, the animals have just broken in. And I saw these cards, and I thought, well, I have to have these because I love them. I collect feathers. Well, not so much anymore, but I do have some beautiful feathers, and yeah, it's really, really resonated with me. And I actually have a workshop on feathers as well. If anybody wants to learn about feathers and what type of feather it is and what they mean in animal medicine, let me know, because I do actually have this really funky workshop. And I'm also thinking of doing some workshops as well. I've got a space available to me, and I thought I might maybe run some workshops. So I don't know if anyone's interested in learning about anything really, anything shamanic, any crystals, crystal skulls I teach about as well, any of that sort of stuff. Then send me a message and we can do that. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle them because Ronit's not on at the moment that I can see. So she can't yell at me for shuffling really badly. So let's have a go at these cards and see where we're going to go. Hi, Jackie. I'm a funky workshop. Like what? Kelly, what you on tonight? Hi, Jack. Yes, Melanie, finding a penny is awesome. That's a message from spirit usually. Hi, Bec. How are you going? Ooh. I didn't even get a chance to change my color. So let me see when I'm going to be tonight. I have a pink shirt on. So let's go with that color. Hey. So Melanie, yeah, okay. Well, you opened up a topic for discussion. Okay, so does anybody know what an oport is? Okay, I'd just be interested to know if anybody knows what an oport is. Kelly, I have no idea what you're on. Are you drunk? Shalom Motek, I was just talking about kinesiology with you. Look what I'm reading with tonight. Hi. I'm talking to Sharon. An oport. Okay, so basically what happens is that anything, a feather or anything like that, a message from spirit that's come through from the other side into this physical world is called an oport. And sometimes people will find I always find 5-cent pieces. My spirits like to leave 5-cent pieces, but I know people that have had Abraham Lincoln coins, Queen Victoria coins. Sometimes the jewelry's been come through before. You know, all different what pieces. And usually, if you ask spirit to be very specific in what they're going to leave, then they will quite often leave it. Now, that's not the tax lottery numbers, guys, so don't get too excited. But usually you will say, okay, if it's you, leave me this in this position in this place. And so you know, quite often you'll find a coin, buttons, another one that they will quite often send through, buttons. So that's what an oport is. So the fact that you've actually found a penny is usually about an oport or spirit reaching across with something physical and bringing it into this world. So yeah, that's what an oport is. Really cool. Really cool. That's awesome that you found a penny in the year that you were born, Cheryl. That's awesome. That's really cool. Anyway, so today I have these. Has anybody had any reports that they want to talk about? I've had a set of rosary beads come through, like a whole set of rosary beads. I have no idea where they came from. We used to have a crystal grid set, and always had the intention of what it was being set for. And these rosary beads just appeared in the middle of this grid one day, and we have no idea where they came from. They're really old, quite frail looking, and we checked with everybody, and nobody knows where they came from. So that's really cool. Ginger, can you ring me tomorrow? I miss you. Hi Jenny, hi Bev. Yeah, whole set of rosary beads. I've had pennies, coins, buttons, and sometimes you'll hear them drop. Crystals, you'll get a crystal occasionally as well. It's just anything that spirit sends through into this physical, it'll come forward as well. Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. But anyway, getting back to it, I'm going to be reading with these amazing feather cards that I actually did buy from Sharon Tull. So if anybody wants a really cool kinesiology, go to her. Oops. Okay, so if you've just joined me for the first time tonight, the way that my evenings work is that I go to where I'm drawn to by spirit. Okay, so if I am drawn to you, I will pick you to pull a card for. So yeah, don't forget to share, guys. You buy yours. Can I please have a card? Oh, lucky Ronnie's not here. That just flew out. Bev, I'm really drawn to you at the minute, Bev, and your feather is really beautiful. Okay, you see that? It's really pretty. Okay, and this one talks about genetic memory. Okay, and for me, the genetic memory is remembering who you are, remembering where you've come from, and remember who you are. We're all born with genetic memory. We're all born of times gone by, our family lineage, our family history, traits and things like that. But we can't always let it define us, and we can't always let it define who we are and what we're about. And I think that this is just reminding, or a reminder, of you to remember the core foundations of which you are, because sometimes we have to strip back the foundations to find out who we are, go back to basics. Any good employer will go back to ground floor to work with the people, the little people at where it all started, so that they can recreate management in an appropriate way. And I think that it's really good to always go back to the basics, and just remind ourselves of the basic fundamentals and the structure that we all come from. Go back to the skeletal state, and just have a look at who we truly are. And I think, Bev, this is something that really applies to you at the moment, because you are questioning who you are, what you're about. I also sense a lot of confusion around you as well, so I'm not quite sure whether that applies, but I am sensing confusion around you, and discord. And I just want to say to you, go back to that inner voice, go back to that meditation, and just really go back and center yourself, ground yourself. And I think that there you will find the answers that you're seeking. But that's such a beautiful card to be reminded. Sometimes we forget who we are because we're so used to being what everybody else expects of us, and to bring it back to our core self is something that is quite healthy and relative from time to time to do. So I hope I hope that makes sense for you. Okay. So yeah, that's really cool. Where do I want to go? Latest few days is sure. I meditate always. Lately, the last few days, it's been a chore. It's never been a chore. I'm just going to address this for a minute. Wendy, okay. Hey there, you. Oh, my brother from another mother. What are you doing, mister? Tiama, how are you? You're just a mother. Hey, Cheryl, there's no such thing as just a mother. Mothers are incredible, so honor that. Okay, you've created life. There's nothing more special than that in the world. Wendy, I meditate always. Lately, the last few days, it's been a chore. It's never been a chore. Okay, Wendy, what I want you to do is I want you to set aside some time to meditate with the intention of meditating. I feel that your mind is very busy at the present time, and the reason why you are struggling to meditate at the present time is because you are feeling as if your mind should be doing something else, you know, or there's other things that are more pressing. But let me tell you, okay, you can't go through life unless you do things for yourself as well, okay? And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. When you get on the airplanes, you put your oxygen on before you help others. So your meditation is your oxygen, Wendy, and you know you need to change your mindset about that. It's not a chore, okay? It's an opportunity to recenter and ground yourself. It's an opportunity to breathe, and it's an opportunity to replenish your own energy field, okay? Our auric field is a beautiful you know, a beautiful living thing, and energy goes in and goes out. It flows through us, around us, near us. And if we have all these people that are coming to us and hanging off us, then what actually happens is that we become drained ourselves. And unless we bring it back to center, bring it back to core, then what actually happens is you know, we become drained. When we become drained, our auric field tears, we get holes in it, and you know what actually happens is, you know, we can become ill physically, okay? So it's really important to find that time, bring it back to self, and you know, change the way you're looking at it. You know, why are you seeing that it's a chore? Usually that's a reflection of state. So do you feel like, you know, all you do is chores for everybody else? There's the question to ask. So I'm going to leave that one with you and ask that you do follow it up, and just have a think about, you know, how you present in the world, and just how much people rely upon you. Melanie, okay. I'm just going to grab some quick guidance on this one. Let me pull a card and see what the cards say. Oh, one flipped over. Hang on, let me take that one there. Okay. Okay, so this is a feather from a little blackbird. It's not a magpie feather, it's actually a little blackbird feather. And it talks about balance, okay? It talks about balance. What I'm seeing in this feather is that there is imbalance, okay? And I feel that represents you being unbalanced, putting too much energy out and not allowing the energy to come in. Again, very indicative of, a lot of us at, in life in general, we seem to put out a lot, we forget about ourselves. And this is just a reminder that, you can't have one without the other. You can't have the light without the dark and the dark without the light. You have to bring balance into the world and balance into your own journey. And I feel that this is very much where you are at the present time. Okay. This particular feather is a part of the tail feather, and the tail will actually steer direction. And I feel that that's what you need to be doing, putting balance in direction in the way that you're actually, moving through life. At the present time, I feel like there's nothing really grounding you, and you're sort of like flapping around, not sure which way to go. And so I just want you to sort of like ground, bring yourself back to center and just refocus on, where you are in your life, in your world, and what it is you're actually wanting to achieve. Okay. But yeah, definitely it's showing that balance needs to be brought in. I don't think it's a matter of right or wrong, or going right or going wrong. I think it's just a matter of like, being aware. So I think the question would be, what am I not aware of? And I think that the thing that you're majorly not aware of is self, and what you actually, need to tune into to be able to provide just for you. So I think, yeah, let me know if that makes sense. As I've said to you, Breeza, I go through the comments and I'm reading them, and if I'm drawn to you, I will actually pick up the reading. It is a banter, okay? And the whole reason I designed the Barber Banter was for all of you to comment. So it's okay to comment things. Just if you're asking for a reading, then just be aware I have seen it, and I will go to where I'm being drawn to. So yeah, it's not about, can I have a reading? Can I have a reading? Can I have a reading? It's I can see that you want a reading. That's why you're here. But also, it's okay to comment. And I actually love reading your comments, and I think all of the readers love your comments as well. So it all makes sense. It's a great thing to be able to be a part of. I'm just answering some of these questions. Let's have a look here. I've been looking for a job for a long time while trying to start my own business without any luck, and my finances have become very limited. Okay, Georgina. All right, the one thing that I'm seeing here is that you're asking spirit for guidance, but then you're trying to find a job at the same time. And I think there's a little bit of confusion in what you're actually putting out into the universe. And we create what we believe, or we create our thought process. And so, you're trying to create your own business, and just, just remember that this is my guidance that I'm actually given, and it may not run true to you or to anybody else for that matter, but this is the guidance that I'm being given. So this is the guidance I'm going to pass across to you. So what I'm being told is that you're asking for guidance, but then you're not trusting it. Okay. And it's like you're stepping into that fear-based mentality. And when you step into the fear-based, it's like, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to make this happen. It's not going to support me. So I better go and look for a job. And so it's almost like, a mixed message to spirit. Hey, spirit, I want to start my own business. I want to make it. I want to do things for myself. And when spirit goes, okay, you get scared and go, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. So you start to put doubt in there, and then I'm going to go and get a job. So I think that things will change when you actually, believe in the journey. Focus, believe, achieve. These three things I live by: focus, believe, achieve. You focus on it, you believe in it, and you can achieve anything. Anything is possible. And so I think that those three things are going to be really valid for you, and something that you need to sort of like really take to heart. trust in the journey. If you really want your business to work, see it as working. Ask yourself, what can I do to make this better? What aren't I doing? I believe publicity and public relations is a huge part of any business, to get it out there, to make it aware. Ask yourself, what's different about me? Okay, what makes me different? What makes me stand out? Look at your advertising, look at your logos. All of these things are really important in branding. So that's the recommendation that I give you, and I hope that it helps. Gianna, why do you always attract narcissistic people? I'm not quite sure, Gianna. Do you think it's probably because you think that's what you're worth? Like attracts like, some people say. So I would be asking myself, what's the definition of narcissistic for me, and do I do that to other people? Because most of the time, when we classify somebody as something, it is actually insight into what we believe about our own truth and our own self. And so that's something that you may be, you may be able to shed some light on if you actually sit back and, whatever it is that is pissing you off about somebody that's narcissistic, or that you're categorizing as narcissistic. Are they cheating on you? Are they being nasty? Are they not holding to their word? Are they lying? Are they stealing from you? All of these things could be any given category. And then when you've got an answer, ask yourself, do you do that thing? Are you that thing? Have you been that thing? If that makes sense to you. Because quite often what we pick apart in somebody else, it's how we believe we are ourselves. Okay. So I would have a look at that one. It's not a matter of, why do you always attract narcissistic people? It's, you've got the problem with them. They're just being themselves. And everybody near and around you, they're just being themselves. It's you that actually has the problem. So you need to sort of like sort out, what is the problem? And why am I pissed off about this? And then, ask yourself, do I do that to somebody else? Because they're just being themselves. And, I remember years and years ago, I was in a shopping mall, and this lady was carrying on with this young boy. And I just couldn't help myself. And I just went up to her and just said, you lay one more hand on that kid and I'll be laying my hand on you. And she got all bent out of shape, but I didn't care. She was whopping into this poor little boy. And I just sort of said to her, what's wrong with you? He's just being a child. Kids do that. That's what they do. They push your limits. They question everything. They just being a kid. You're the one that's got the problem. Go sort your own shit out. And I think that this can be applied in many different ways to our lives as adults as well. People are just going to be people. Whatever you're pissy about, it's not them that, it's not them that has the problem. You have the problem. You're the one that's pissy. They're just being themselves. They're always going to be themselves. So there's some words that you can actually take on board and just, see how that plays out for you. Kid's just a kid. A person's just a person. If there's conflict, it's because you have the conflict, not the other way around. And the same goes vice versa. If somebody comes at you and attacks you, and that you haven't done anything wrong, then chances are, the problem is with them. And I used to play this game just to see how much this actually worked. And whenever they said you're this and you're that, I mentally put their name in there, and it's so fitted. Like, it's so fitted. So it's really funny. So when everyone's like yelling at you or having a go at you, just put their name instead of your name, and just see how relevant it really is, because it's never ever about you. It's always about somebody else. And I picked this up in my own language, when I've been pissy about somebody, I know that it's not about them. It's about me and how I'm feeling about myself. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. Okay, let's have a look. Tamlin Osborne. Tamlin, have you been on before? I don't recognize your name. I recently had a life-changing accident. My world has completely changed. People keep telling me things happen for a reason, but I can't even see a week ahead, let alone what I'm going to do from here. How do I reset and move forward? The answer to that, Tamlin, is one step at a time. Okay, one step at a time. Take the pressure off yourself, because there's too much pressure sitting on your shoulders, and there's too much expectation. Okay, at the moment you're looking at your life as one big mountain. Okay, it's really overwhelming because you're looking at Mount Everest thinking, how the hell am I going to get over the top of that? And I think that anybody would be, feeling a little bit daunted, looking at something like that. I wouldn't even know where to begin to get over Mount Everest. Okay, but I do know how to take one step forward. And I think that's what you need to be looking at, okay, is just the next forward. Don't take out the daily routine, take out the weekly routine, take out absolutely every essence of expectation, and just own your best. Okay, all you can ever do is your best. And this is a lesson that my shamanic master taught me years ago, and it's part of the 4 agreements by what's his name, Don Miguel Ruiz as well. The 4 agreements. Always do your best. And sometimes your best is just going to be able to get up in the morning, and that's the best for your day. Sometimes your best is to answer 1 email instead of 40 that you normally do. Sometimes your best is, just to be able to get up and make a cup of tea for your husband or your partner, and that's your best. It doesn't mean that it's always going to remain that way, but today, in this moment, that's your best. And that's the only expectation you should ever have upon yourself, is to do your very best, okay? And if you can honestly say that I've done my best, then that's all that's expected. So your life-changing accident, there's so many things physically and mentally that come with that, all right? Change is daunting for any of us, because what we have to do is recapitulate and figure out how else we're going to do something. And if you think of a rock being thrown in the river, blocking the river, it's going to take a little while for that water to find its way around the rock and to creep through on the other side. It's not going to happen instantaneously. It's going to take time, and you have to give yourself that time. Okay, you've put the word in there, recent. All right, so this is all relatively new to you, and you can't just expect that things are going to be the way that they were and things are going to be all hunky-dory tomorrow, because it sounds like you have had a life-altering situation, and with that comes grief. Okay, and the loss of anything can take time, and sometimes we never ever get over grief. And grief doesn't have to come in the form of a person dying. Grief can be anything from an accident, or grief can be losing a job, or a pet or an animal. Grief can be loss of anything. You can feel grief, and there's a process behind that. Okay, you have to accept it, and you have to move forward, and you'll get angry about it, and then you'll accept it, and then you'll put in place steps to actually move forward and live with this grief. And so the one thing that I want to say to you is just take off the expectation, Tamlin. Okay, the only thing you can do is take that next step. Okay, 1 step, and then tomorrow it might be 1 step, and the next day you might fall back 3 steps. But it doesn't matter, as long as you're doing the best that you can and you're striving to move forward. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you, and I'm going to wish you all the best and hope that whatever happens, there's a speedy recovery behind it, and you do find yourself on your journey again soon. Lots of love and blessings. Hey, Chris Morgan, how are you? Let's pull a card for you. Wait a minute, they're all over the place. Yes. Okay, so tonight I'm reading with the Australian Feather Oracle. The Australian Feather Magic Oracle by Geraldine Teglove, I'm assuming. I might get that wrong. I'm sorry if I did, but yeah, here we go. And they are, I don't know. I think they're self-published. There you go. They're self-published. Kelly, you're starting to see the light. Get the torch out of your face. All right, so I'm reading with these cards. All right, Chris, let's find out what advice and guidance we can get for you. Oh my God, you know, as I'm shuffling these, I'm hearing Adele, hello from the other side. So I'm having a bit of a giggle here, because I know that Chris, you have a couple over there in spirit, and I think Sandy's taking the piss out of us a little bit, and you know, sending through some Adele songs. But yeah, hello from the other side. How so funny. All right. Wow. So this is a parrot feather. Okay. And I'm going to take a hunch out on this one. This, to me, I know they say Australian cards, but I'm not sure whether this is a Crimson Rosella. It's got green in it as well. Oh, it looks like a macaw feather, honestly. I'm not quite sure what this one is, but it's a tail feather nonetheless. And you know, when I see feathers like this, you know, again, I want to say grounding, yeah, but I want to say question everything as well. Okay, question everything. There's a whole lot of pink in this particular feather, and I'm going to go with the symbology of it and say that, you know, there's a whole lot of love coming to you. And I think that that's really relevant for the heart space that you're in at the present time, giving note to how much grief you've actually had to endure in the last few months. You know, feathers are always a message from spirit. Okay, always a message from spirit. And I think that these cards are very fitting to be using on the banter when we're dealing with loved ones that have passed over. And so I really feel that they're with you tonight, Chris. And I really feel Sandy's reaching out. I can't pull her through at the present time, but I know that she's around, and I really feel that you know, there's a lot of guidance coming forward as well. So I'm not quite sure what you're dealing with or what decisions you have to make, but I'm trusting that you will find the strength to do that, or to be able to do that, and know that she's with you, you know, with you as well. Now, the funny thing that I'm seeing on this card is it's card number 18. Okay, and for me, I am Jewish, and our symbology for the number 18 is called Chai, which means or translate to life. Okay, and so I feel that, you know, the message from Sandy is that she's wanting you to live to the fullest, get on with it, and you know, have no regrets. I'm going to leave that there with you, but I feel that, you know, I've been drawn to the number, and know that that's definitely the message that needs to come through. Okay. Your favorite number. You're welcome, Chris. Hi, Tam. How you going? Courtney. Teresa, how are you? Janelle, how you going? All right. I just have to put it out there. Can anybody place a gentleman in his mid to late 60s that would have passed away with throat cancer? Can anybody place that? Mid to late 60s that would have had throat cancer, or yeah, something. I'm good, thanks, Tam. Okay, guys, I'm working with the spirit at the moment, so just bear with me, because I really feel that I have a spirit. I have a spirit with me at the present time, and I know that he was. I know that he was in his mid to late 60s, and I know that he suffered throat cancer. Okay, and I also feel too that there may have been Parkinson's with this person also, because or near and around Parkinson's. Ari's just let herself in. Can anybody place a gentleman in his mid to late 60s that would have had throat cancer, and there's a connection to Parkinson's as well? I also am being given the name Neil as well, so I don't know if anyone can place a name Neil. Hi there, Kyla. How are you? Abentika, how are you? Yeah, look, we are doing some readings. I just have a spirit with me at the present time. I feel like that I need to talk about a Neil or pass across the name Neil. I also know that this spirit had throat cancer, throat-related cancer, and he would have passed in his mid to late 60s. Does that make sense for anybody? You can place that name, Melanie. Come on, guys. I know he's for somebody. Somebody. Is there Carol? Is Carol online? A bit slow. Come on, guys. Push it through. I'm not seeing any messages. Everyone's gone quiet. Like, shh. She's not talking about us. Carol. Hey there, you. Right. I need to call out to you. Carol, can you place a Neil? Do you know a Neil? Anybody that had throat cancer? Okay, we've got a few Neils. All right, so let's get some more information here. This person definitely had throat problems and definitely had, I feel like it was throat-related cancer, okay? I do see him as having not much hair, okay? Not much hair, but he wasn't really fussed by it, you know, he's not really fussed by it, okay? But I do see him having no hair. And I do see him sort of like in his mid to late 60s is what I'm being. Abentika, I'm so sorry that your cousin passed from throat cancer, but I do feel that the spirit I'm working with at the present time is a little bit older than 30. So I am sorry, but I do ask that you listen to the message once it comes forward, because I do feel it will be relative to you as well. In relation to your cousin, but I've been given the name Carol and I've been given the name Neil, so I don't know whether Carol, whether you can place any of this, or Melanie, you can place any of this. Okay, so Cheryl, what can you place, Cheryl? Let me see what you've written here. Did he have hair? But this guy's thinning in the hairline. Oh, I know where you put it. No, Carol, you can't place it. Cheryl, can you place it? His name is Neil. big man, not like thinning hair. Does that make sense? Like, okay. You can't place any of that. All right. You've missed many of my shoes lately. Would you like me to send you a pair of Doc Martens, Carly? It was really funny. Um, I'm just going to talk to you while the others are trying to figure out what information they have. And I was talking to admin a little bit earlier because she's actually busy tonight. And I said, don't worry, Carly will sort them out. So funny. All right. All right. I need to go over this again. Cheryl, can you confirm for me, because I've got all these messages coming through at 100 miles an hour. Okay, I have to place the name Neil. I know the gentleman is got a receding hairline and was a bigger kind of man. And I also felt the name Carol is relevant somewhere as well. So can you place this information? I know it's well funny. Hey, Carly, you're my bouncer, my bodyguard. We can depend on you. It's so cute, you guys. Like it came to 8 o'clock and I hadn't been on, and all my phone starts ringing. Are you coming on? Are you getting on? Where are you? And I'm just like, oh my god. So yeah, I had to pick up. You think you should be admin? You should probably agree with that. All right, wait a minute, Melanie. Your ex-husband is Neil, and your sister is Carol. Is there a throat cancer, Melanie, with these people or connected there? Come on, guys. We're slowing the banter up. Let me see if I can get some more information. Okay. So I know that I've got a gentleman here. I've been given the name Neil, and I feel like he's a sort of relative. He's got a big belly. Let me put it to you that way. And I feel like I have to say that the throat cancer. And the other thing I also taught, Parkinson's was the name I got given as well. So either somebody has Parkinson's or near and around Parkinson's. I also have to make that relative also. Okay. I feel like this gentleman, or somebody who is connected to this gentleman may have like a gold or brownie colored car as well. Okay, because I'm being drawn to that. I'm being shown that. And I feel like too that it's really funny. You know those clips that you put on socks? That's what I'm seeing, which is really bizarre. Clock, clock, with clock sock clips is what I'm being shown. Really old sock clips. So I feel like this gentleman was probably a grandfather figure, or would be a grandfather figure now. But at the time his passing was definitely, to me he looks like he's around 60, in his late 60s, mid to late 60s. But as you're sort of like looking through his spirit, it's really hard to gauge an age, but that's approximately where I feel this spirit will actually sit as well. I see, the bushy eyebrows as well. I can see the eyebrows that need a good grooming. But he wasn't really too fussed about it. He's a no fuss kind of guy. When you're dealing with spirits like this, they're very they're very basic. They're basic in their food taste. They're basic in life. They're no fuss. They don't have too many clothes that they would have worn. They sort of like have their favorite shirt, favorite pants, and their favorite shoes, and very sticklers for routine, is what I'm getting from him. He's very much a routine guys as well, also. So can you make sense of any of this? Okay, so while you guys think about it, I'm going to pull some cards and I'm just going to hold him to the side. Melanie, you think he smoked the pipe? Not sure. I don't see him with a pipe, but that may be that he's not showing it to me. Doesn't mean it's not there. And does it make sense that he passed before your grandmother, Melanie? What's a gaiters? Oh, is that what they're called, Francis? The sock things. Okay, I can see you giving me the information. What I'm going to pass across. So, I think that there's a couple of spirits that could be relative to both you, Cheryl, and also Melanie as well. The main thing is that he's wanting to bring forward trust. Okay, so as I'm looking, I really feel like I'm in between the pair of you at the moment. Let me just see if I can separate it. I'm sorry, guys, that the banter's so so sort of a little bit slow at the present time. I'm just trying to get that through. Carly, hold your question for a second. As well, I have to talk about a knee replacement as well, guys. So Melanie or Cheryl, can you place anything with a knee replacement as well? Because he's actually giving me the guidance of a knee replacement and is really specific. Kariwa, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week. Lots of love and blessings. I hope you have an amazing week as well. I know it's late tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. Sock garters. Oh, it says gators. Francis, I'm like, what is that? Like some specialized, thing. All right, Cheryl, you're out. Okay. Melanie, can you place that? My older sister had her knee replaced last fall, I believe. Okay. All right. Melanie, I'm gonna go with you for a second, okay? Because I just feel that the information is a little bit stronger. I just feel as if this person is reaching out. I can see fences being put up, and I don't know whether this is in a physical sense, but he's talking about fences being put up or boundaries being moved or removed, if that makes sense. So Melanie, can you place that? Boundaries being moved or a fence being put up or something along those lines, if that makes sense. Jenny, you're off as well. Okay, have an amazing week. So yeah, I can see a fence being put up, and I don't know if this is in the physical or whether it's a a message from spirit talking about boundaries or putting up boundaries. But I have to make that really relative as well. Hey Georgie, how you going, Gigi? Melanie, as I said, I'm not quite sure, but he's talking about fences to protect as well. I'm also being shown. Oh my God, you are making a fence out of a pallet. Oh, okay. All right, so we're stuck in between the two of you. All right, so he's watching things. Right, so all right, I've got two spirits, a double link. I don't if those of you don't know what a double link is, it means that I'm working with two spirits that have very similar information. And what actually happens is it can get a little bit confusing because one person will say, yes, I've got this. Another person will say, yes, I've got that. And it runs parallel. And so you have like a double link. Okay. And I feel that that's what I have at the present time because Cheryl's got some information, Melanie's got some information, and I feel like it's all relevant and not necessarily with two people. Just 2 seconds, babe. The little cats come in trying to steal the other cat's food. Okay, all right. So I think that that's actually going on. So Cheryl, okay. So you can place some of this information, but you can't place the name. That's okay, all right, because the name is going to belong to the other one. All right. So I need to go with you. And Cheryl, what I'm being guided to say to you is big changes are coming. And, you know, put on your skates. Okay. That's what I'm being shown. Put on your skates. You know, there's big changes that are actually coming. I'm being, what he's actually showing me is drawn around the waist, okay, drawn around the waist. So I don't know whether there's something going on for you on a gynecology level or a stomach level, but he's drawing around the waist, if that makes sense. And, you know, I feel like that's the area that he's actually pointing to. So, Cheryl, I'm going to pass across the message that he's wanting you to really stabilize your base chakra. Okay, work on your base chakra at the present time, because I really feel that that's a little bit too closed off, and so I just want you to open it up and give yourself a good chakra balancing. Okay, because you're too base heavy. What he's actually telling me, and this would be Uncle Eric, I'm assuming, what he's actually telling me is that you're hanging on to too much from the past. Okay, you're hanging on from too much from the past, and you know, it's time that you actually released some of that information, because what actually happens is that it does inevitably affect the kidneys on a physical level, and he's just wanting you to clear and cleanse and you know, just rebalance everything. I'm not a medical doctor and I don't ever perceive to be one, but I will pass across information from spirit, and he's telling me apple cider vinegar. Okay, apple cider vinegar. I don't know what relevance that is, but that's what's coming. So I'm going to pass that across. So thank you, Cheryl. Uncle Eric is your uncle. Oh my God, I'm confused which one's which now. But anyway, bright blessings from England. Hey, Pen, what part are you from? Where are you at? It's sunny over there, I believe, at the moment. So want to go back there. Get homesick. Yay. You're welcome, Cheryl. All right, Melanie, your Uncle Eric, okay? And I believe you said he smoked or something along the lines of that. I'm seeing a beautiful like burgundy color around him. And Yorkshire, beautiful, and it is sunny. Yeah, I thought it was. Well, hey there, Pen, and welcome to the banter. Back to Melanie. Oh, how could you like apple cider vinegar? It tastes manky. Yeah, no, it's nasty unless you drink it with orange juice or something like that. Anyway, Melanie, would it be relevant to say that he or somebody in your family is missing a part of their finger? I know it sounds really random, but would this by any chance make relevance or be relevant that somebody's missing a part of their finger? They chopped the top off it or lost a digit entirely. I'm not quite sure why they're talking about this, but they are passing across the information, something to do with a part of a finger missing, which is really unusual, but I have to pass what have to pass across what I actually get. Okay, the person I'm working with also is talking about services. Okay, and I really feel that this person would have served their country. Okay, but I'm not convinced it's Australia, so I don't know. Oh my God, your partner is missing the top of his finger. Don't. I'm not doing a 3 linkage, Carly, so you can just hold on to that one for now. My late Uncle Jerry had half a pinky. That would. Okay, all right. And would is he related to the other guy? That makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the Eric guy, which is your uncle. And he's talking about a part of a finger missing. So I have to place that across there. And I also see medals as well. So I know that there's a relationship or connection with this person to armed services, but I'm not really convinced that it's Australia. So I don't know whether it's the UK services or another service, if that makes sense. But I feel like that's connected as well. Oh my God, no way, Jackie, are you kidding? Your dad was missing part of his finger and was in the army. All right, well, we're gonna hold on to that for a minute, Jax, because I really feel that I have somebody here for Melanie. Okay, all right, so Melanie, the gentleman that I'm working with, all right, I'm gonna come back to you, Jackie. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you. All right, because I do feel that that's who I have. So I know, I can't believe there's so many fingerless people. My God. And do you know what the funny thing is? My granddad had fingers missing as well. And he used to tell us he lost it because he picked his nose and his finger got stuck up his nose. The shit that we used to believe, I swear. He was a carpenter and he cut them off on a bandsaw. Anyway, so I need to get back to this. I need to get back to these readings. Stop distracting me. Okay, so going back here, this is so confusing. It's all over the place tonight. Melanie, I've got a gentleman here. We know that he's connected to the Eric name, and I also have to, he's talking about somebody that had a pinky. So I'd say that he's actually with your late uncle because he's making that relevance and bringing that forward as well, okay? And I know that there's an army connection or something along those lines there as well. Okay, I have to make that very, very clear. I'm also being guided to talk about skin cancer as well. So I don't know whether somebody near and around you or himself actually suffered from, skin cancer. So I have to bring that in as well. The message that I'm wanting to pass across to you is to be brave. Okay, this is the message that he's passing across. Be brave. Okay, I do see you stepping back, and I feel that sort of like there are heaps of people that are there to push you forward, and you're sort of like rearing up a little bit as to the path that you're moving forward into is a little bit confronting for you at times. There's a lot of doubt that sits in your heart center connected to your heart. And I think that the way that you view yourself in the eyes of people near and around you is a lot different to the way that you view yourself to yourself, if that makes sense. And that's always the case. We always are our worst enemies. But for you, I am feeling that this person that's coming forward is just, sort of like really making an appearance tonight, just to let you know that you're not on your own, that people are right behind you, supporting you all of the way, of course, one step at a time. I'm also being drawn to a back or a spine as well, Mel, so I don't know whether that's you, but I feel like I want to put my hand at the base of your spine and gently nudge you a little bit forward. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that message. And I know that you're going to find the information that I've passed across. Sometimes we have to go and sort it out from other members of our family because they might have other information that we're not aware of. So when you do find some of that information, it'd be great if you get back to us and just let us know how it placed. So I'm going to leave that there for you. My goodness, where am I going now? Courtney, your pop chopped his off of us saw as well. I know. I didn't realize so many missing fingers was odd. Well, I guess they get in the way, hey. I guess they get in the way. All right. So where did Jackie go? All right, Jackie. Your dad is missing a part of his finger and was in the army. Okay. So let me see what else I can get here. Jackie, I feel like I've got a lady in spirit for you, and I feel like this could be your grandmother. Okay, your grandmother on your dad's side reaching out to him. I'm also being given a date or a connection to November, I want to say. So I don't know whether that's relevant, an anniversary birthday around November, if that can be placed, but I have to put that there and put that out as well. Teresa, have an incredibly restful, peaceful night, and I wish you all the best. You're welcome, Melanie. I hope that you can get back to us with some information there. That'd be great. Anyway, Jackie, I feel like I've got your grandma, okay? And yeah, look, I mean, you've got to remember, guys, that when you're dealing with spirit, there's so many, it's like music. There's only so many notes that can make a sound, okay, that you have to choose from. And, there's so many ailments that are very common. Cancer is very common. Skin cancer is very common. Anything as people get older, you have a typical conditions. Arthritis is very common as well. So as a reader or as a psychic medium, when you're actually working with spirit, you have to try and find out or pinpoint things that are different, that do stand out, that can definitively make a person go, hey, that's definitely my loved one in spirit. And so, that's my job to try and to be able to do that for you guys. And sometimes, as you can see, I can get a little bit tangled when they all start to jump in at once. But that's okay. It does show in the generation. And, we didn't have safety back then. And I guess it is a common thing. My grandmother was riddled with it because they didn't know. And I think, too, that the sun has gotten worse generation after generation. So yeah, we do have to sort of like work that little bit extra harder to try and bring in information that's very, very accurate to the person's individuality. So saying that, I'm going to go back to Jackie, and I do feel that there's the beautiful lady here for spirit, and I feel like she's relative on your dad's side as well. I'm being shown a ruby ring, Jackie, so I don't know whether this lady wore a ruby ring, but she's making reference to a ruby ring, and she's talking about an anniversary as well, so I have to pass that across. I also got given a date in November, so whether you can place that or not, it'd be great to know as well. I also see transition and a pathway of 2 points, okay? Transition and a pathway of 2 points. And so I feel like there's a choice coming up for you, Jax, or two choices to choose from. And I don't know whether, this is in regards to work or study or something along those lines, but I just feel as if you're on two paths at the moment and you're not quite sure which one you're going to take or which direction you're going to move in. Now's not the time to actually make that decision, is what I'm being guided to say. Okay, the lady that I'm working with is only small. She's she's only little in height wise, but I do feel that she packed a punch in living with her, the way that she actually moved through the world. So if she spoke, everybody would listen, and everybody held her in high regard. And I see her as being the hub or the core central part of the family, in fact, where everybody would come to her, and she really held regality in the family. So she was the hub, if that makes sense, and everybody gathered around her. It wasn't the other way around. So I don't know whether you can confirm any of this. That was weird. Are you playing for lights? Oh, you guys would have seen that. That was weird as shit. That was weird. Okay. Jackie's like, what's that? I don't know. Our lights in the whole house just dimmed twice. That was really strange. Flickering lights. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like flickering. It was like the lights dimmed, and we don't have dimmer switches on our lights. And so it's like, yeah, it wasn't just a flicker. It was like they actually got turned down, and yeah, of course it's spirit. So yeah. There you go. So can you place that, Jack? Mia, I can see your messages, so you just have to be patient. I'm actually reading at the moment. I'm not going to stop one reading to go and do another one, so just bear with me. Oh, we've always got cheeky spirits in the house, but yeah, sometimes they really do something bizarre. But anyway, so Jack, would that be your grandma? Would that make sense? Describing her, she's very beautiful. You know, and the ruby is really important as well. I don't know who has the ruby, but she's talking about that. How bizarre. I'm also being drawn to her head as well. So I don't know whether there was an aneurysm or a stroke or there was something of the mind, but I also, you know, I really feel that I'm drawn to the head with her passing as well. So I don't know whether you can make sense of that, but I might have to put that there. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you, Jack. You can talk to me anytime anyway about it. I'm going to move on and see what else I can get for people. I just have to pop in here, guys. If anybody wants a private reading, I do private readings. I can do them via Zoom. You're so funny. So she had a stroke, Jack. So yeah, anyway, getting back to it. I really feel that there's some incredible spirit energy around tonight. So I'm just gauging that as we go, guys. I'm just gauging it as we go. It's pretty intense here. I feel like I'm in a sauna, to be honest. What was I going to say? Oh, if anybody wants a private reading, please contact us. You can book in from Facebook, or you can book in from my my website. Okay, there's a booking you know, there's a booking form there that you can actually fill in and make your payment, choose your date, that sort of stuff. You can do that via there. So I do private readings, and shortly I will be opening up to face-to-face readings as well, so where you can actually come to me and I'll read face-to-face. Haven't done that for some time due to COVID, of course. Oh look, the Maine Coon has made an appearance. She's trying to drink out of the fish tank. What are you doing? Are you being naughty? Wait. Look at that. What are you doing? Are you being naughty? Are you drinking out of the fish tank? What a brat. Look at her. We shaved her. She looks like a lion. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's our cat Ariana. So yeah, anyway. God, guys, it's all over the place. I feel like I'm all over the place. I just need to ground myself. You can place the ring too, Jackie. That's awesome. Okay. So yeah, that's really good. I'm going to leave her there. No, she doesn't want to eat the fish, Georgie. She wants to drink the fish tank's water because she thinks it's an ever flowing food water for her. So she actually drinks out of the fish tank. She doesn't eat the fish. Yeah, lion cut. I did it myself. Her tail's like a feather duster. That's so funny. It is a spooky atmosphere tonight, which is really cool. I wanted to ask about this arsenic appearance. Any news on dates? Yes. Okay, so the information that I can tell you on that is it's just bear with me. Gotta remember the date to it. Cool. I think it's the. I'm just having a look. Hang on. I think it's April the. I know it's April. That I can tell you. I'm just looking in my diary. Oh, shit, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the. I'm pretty sure it's Friday the 16th of April. And it's around 7 o'clock for a 7:30 show. It's in Elston Week, and it's I will be able to post all the details up. I just haven't had a chance to do it, guys. We've had so much on at the moment, and I just haven't done the advertising. But I'm pretty sure that's the date, Friday the 16th, at 7:30 in Elston Week. So I'll have to get hold of Geordie and get the right details, because I just obviously haven't written them down. But yeah, it's really cool. Hi, Phoebe. How are you? I'm doing well. Oh, hey. All right. Do you know what that was? I reckon somebody's hit a power line, because the ambulance has just gone screaming past. Look at the cat. What's she doing? Being naughty. Brat child. She's on top of the printer. Okay, all right. Let's just let this energy settle for a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling that that's what it is. Look, she's back in the fish tank again. What are you doing? Oh my God, seriously. Oi. What are you doing drinking out of the fish? The fish thinks she's going to feed them, so they have no clue. Yeah, everything's buzzing. It's really bizarre energy. Karina Jones. Is there a lady missing in Caboolture? What are you doing? With a tail. I'm not quite sure about the lady in Caboolture. Let me just read this here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go here. Mia, you seem to have put up a lot of messages, and Francis has asked that I help you. So what can I do to help you? Yeah, she's in a fish tank. And the fish thinks she's the one who's been missing since the 30th of December. Okay. Okay, what I have to ask you, Mia, I can see you putting up messages here, and I have to ask you that whatever you're questioning or seeking guidance on, is it sensitive for public performance? Okay, because this is a public forum, and everybody else will know your business as well. So just be aware of that when you ask your questions. It's not a private setting, and it is a public forum. If it is deemed too sensitive, I won't touch it. And if it is deemed too sensitive, then I do ask you book in for a private reading. I'm more than happy to do that for you. Okay. So yeah, I have to be respectful of spirit and also your energy. There's another ambulance, so I would say there's been an accident. Okay. It'll be an accident, babe. Love your cat tails. I know she's really funny. Okay. Okay, so Mia, what is it that I can help you with? Can you write your question, please? In the meantime, Karina, I'm going to read a card for you. Let's have a look. Okay. This is a white feather. Okay. You can actually have a look at that. Okay, it is a peace feather. So this might be a pigeon feather or a dove feather, but it is peace. Peace and harmony. And I think this is more settlement of the mind. What I actually want to say to you is that you need to find the peace within. It's not something that you can find externally. It's something that you actually have to find within. Okay. The interesting thing on this particular feather, I don't know if you can see it, is that it's fraying on one side. Okay. And you know, to me, this is the side of giving out. Okay. And so it's like you're sort of like fraying apart or being pulled apart by others near and around you, and just how much demand they actually have on you, and you're really struggling to find that inner balance and struggling to bring it back together and pull yourself back together, essentially. And I feel that you need to actually sort of like step back a little bit and reset your boundaries, because the way that this card is reading for me is that it's very I guess one side, the side that's coming in is together, but the side that is going out is not so much together. Okay. And usually it's the other way around. Usually you're sort of like, you know, you give out and don't receive, but this one is showing me that the receiving part is okay, but you know how you're giving out, you know, is a little bit frayed at the moment. You're seeing yourself as a little bit frayed. And I just want to say, you know, just take some time to bring it back to self. You know, it's really important, guys, when you're dealing with spirit, when you're working energetically, you always have to come back to center, come back to core, reboot. You know, get some rest, some good quality rest. And I feel like this is really relevant. The Dove of Peace also is represented by Mother Mary as well. So I don't know whether there's a Marian spirit for you that is wanting to reach out tonight that can be relevant. But if there is, I'm passing that messages of love and peace across. But it's also too about you know, not sacrificing yourself for the needs of other people. Okay. You know, you can't sacrifice yourself for others. You have to be disciplined and sort of like set your boundaries and know what you will and what you won't accept, and what you will and what you won't partake in, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes some relevance in your life, Karina, and that you can find that, you know, that actually applies somewhere for you. Lots of love and blessings, and I hope that it helps out. All right, getting back to here. Let me see. I've just got here Mia. Okay, let me see. Hi, Linda, watching for the first time. I'm in love with a guy that we haven't yet fully committed yet. Will it work out? Mia, at the moment, I'm seeing a question mark around this. Okay, how can you say that you've not fully committed if you actually haven't met? And I think that, you know, that's the problem sometimes with these internet connections and internet relationships. You know, you have these whiz bang love affairs over the internet, and you know, there's no substance in it. And I don't mean to degrade anybody by saying that, but I think that if you're going to think about spending the rest of your life with somebody, you should actually know them. You should have actually, you know, met them in the physical world before you make any type of forever after commitment. You know, you never know what a person's like until you actually live with them, because, you know, you don't you don't you don't become aware of the small traits and things like that. And I think that in order for it to be healthy, it needs to be physical. So before progressing any forward, my suggestion would be to actually sort of like put out there to actually try and meet this person. Obviously they're on an international platform, you know and you're not able to do that. So I would just say, just be a little bit patient and just take each day in the moment, and just take the I guess the emphasis, or take the focus off forever after, and just focus on the now. Okay, and just focus on getting to know them now in the ways that they the ways that you can share things, share memories, share stories, those type of things, and get to know the person that way first, and then take the next step is actually trying to meet them. But yeah, I would take any type of formal commitment off the platform for now, and especially as you're writing that it's your first relationship ever. So again, my warning systems are sort of like running a little bit high at the moment. I'm not saying that your first love is the final love and vice versa, but I'm just saying that the status quo is that your first relationship usually isn't your last relationship. And I don't say that with any negativity intent behind it. I just feel that you need to actually meet this person before you commit to them. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, guys, it's 10:26. I'm going to go to 10:30, and then I'm going to jump off because it is getting late for a lot of people. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Linda, how are you tonight? Am I in New South Wales, Kyla? No, I'm in Victoria at the moment. Mia, please, I'm not going to answer any more questions from you. So unless it's relative to the banter, please stop asking the questions because I've answered as much as I can possibly answer you right now. There are 2 wee dogs in New Zealand that have been missing since October 2019. They're called Dice. Hi, Sherida. Don't worry about it. There are 2 wee dogs in New Zealand that have been missing since October 2019. They're called Dice and Weed. Linda, I'm not quite sure on this one. I feel that there is somebody that knows about these dogs. I feel like there's information being withheld, and I don't know whether somebody has sort of like taken matters into their own hands or not, whether they've been, got onto a property that they shouldn't have gotten onto. But where things sit right now, no, I don't feel they'll be found. Okay, I do apologize, but yeah, I do feel that they're together, but I'm not quite sure of the outcome. I'm sorry, that's what I'm being guided to say. Yeah, I for some reason I want to say cancel the search. That's what I'm being guided to say anyway. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, last couple of minutes, I'm gonna do the crystal call out. So let's put your names up, and I'll tell you what crystals to work with for the week. I love this part of the show. It's really cool. Bev, rose quartz. Hi, Jax. Lapis. Michelle, I feel brown jasper. Chanel, I want to say, ooh, Angelite. Sarah, again, I'm seeing a jasper for you. Oh my God, you're going so fast. I can't keep up. Hang on a minute. Green Adventuring, Kim, Lila. I feel like I want to put, what do I want to put on you? Tourmalated Quartz, Dye, Ruby. Ruby, actually, sorry, Dye, I'm going to say Garnet. Garnet. Cheryl, I didn't know you love green. Did I give you a stone yet? I'm not quite sure. Georgie, I would say Sugilite for you. Sugilite. Ingrid, Lepidolite. Melanie, Labradorite. Melanie, I've got two for you. I feel like you need a Labradorite and also the grounding stone too, so of the hematite as well. Okay, so Sheridan, what I'm doing is I'm asking for guidance for crystals that you guys can work with throughout the week. Okay, Sheridan. So the stone that I feel like you need to be working with this week is quartz. Okay, Kali. Let's bring it down, grounding, and I want to go to the solar plexus on this one, and I'm going to say orange calcite. Okay, as we go a little bit, it's going to be solar plexus, but it's going to be orange calcite anyway. You're welcome, Di. Okay, a couple more, and are we done? You're welcome. Yay. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I do apologize that it's been a late start to the banter tonight, but usually I'm on at 8 o'clock every Sunday to do some readings for you guys, some card readings, some spirit readings, and of course to banter on about all things good. Again, I do have some shows coming up. I will try and get the artwork done for that as soon as I can. And of course, if you do want to book in for a private reading, you can contact me. I'll just find, there's my website address, or you can contact me via my Facebook page, and I can do that for you. I will be doing face-to-face readings very soon. I'm just trying to set up my space for that, and of course you can always do it via Zoom as well. But anyway, I'm going to set you all a task for this week. Okay, and I want you to do something that you've never done before. Okay, do something that you've never done before. That's your challenge for this week, and I'm going to hear about it next week because I'm going to ask you all about it. So yeah, just remind me, because I'll have a brain fart and I'll forget about it. But yeah, there you go. There's your challenge. Do something you've never done before, and don't forget to smile, guys. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to you all next week. See you later.